y'all. We are here with Ron and EJ today in their lovely home. This place is just beautiful.
Thank you.
What's that you say? My room is where? No.
Upstairs, anyway.
We'll talk later. Okay. So, Ron and EJ, tell me how do you identify?
I guess as a gay black male.
And Ron?
Gay white man.
Okay. And do you gentlemen have any religious affiliations?
Christian.
Christian?
I consider myself spiritual.
Spiritual.
I grew up as Catholic and went to non-denominational. Now I just consider myself spiritual.
Okay. EJ, where are you from originally?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles? You were born and raised there?
Born and raised in Gardena, California.
And how did you come to be in Atlanta?
I actually came here to go to school. I went to Morehouse. And after I was done with Morehouse, I decided to stay. I've been here about 32 years now.
Oh, that's a long time. Okay. Ron, where are you from originally?
I am originally from Freehold, New Jersey.
Nice.
Spent the first 52 years there. And came on down to Atlanta when I got married.
Yes.
Made that permanent move.
How did the two of you meet?
Facebook.
We met on Facebook.
We met on Facebook.
Okay. A lot of people meet online these days. It is nothing to be ashamed of.
No, not ashamed at
No,
all.
not at all.
Okay.
There's just some backstory sometimes that people don't like being telling.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, and how long have you been together?
December 11th will make 2 years. 2 years.
Oh, so you're legally married?
Yes,
Legally.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, we
Okay.
started really talking in August.
Yeah, it was
2021.
August of 2021. I was on a cruise, and we talked every day that I was able to on the cruise, and before that, and
Then we finally met in person for his birthday.
for my birthday.
In September.
Yeah.
And then we met 2 weeks later, and that's when I asked him to marry me.
Aw.
And then 2 months later, we were married.
We were married. We
And
actually
then 1 month later, we bought this
we bought the house.
Very nice.
3 months later, I moved down here permanently.
Okay. And where you both lived previously, would you say you were always out and about in your previous places of where you lived?
Pretty much. For me, I guess my journey sexually began about 14, 15.
Oh, okay.
So, but coming out, I didn't actually come out to my family, parents, till I was 21.
Gotcha.
So I've been an out gay man ever since.
And in California,
In California as well as here.
was that uncomfortable for you when you came out? Was it?
Yes, it was, because and it wasn't so much the part of coming out, it was just the way I decided to do it. So it wasn't pretty, but it wasn't anything that was unexpected. And I thought it was unexpected for my parents, but they told me, they were like, "We've known you all your life, please come on, give us a break, give us a little more credit."
So you were basically comfortable throughout.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was always comfortable with my sexuality,
And
although I never pronounced it to anybody because I didn't know what it was at a certain age. But I mean,
Well, I mean, once you were out and you had relationships,
Oh, yeah.
and you never had any issues.
I had issues.
You did have
I
issues.
had issues.
Because
and it was-
my understanding is that California is a pretty progressive state.
It is. It is. It depends on which community
Gotcha.
you're talking about. Because as a black man
Gotcha.
and a gay black man, that's taboo, especially like for your church, your family. Because people don't know how to have the conversation. It's not like now where you can go on the internet and you can get any amount of information that you want from
Offline.
any source. So But back then, you know,
You didn't have all that.
parents
way
didn't have
back
a
then.
frame of reference. They didn't know how to bring it up, how to talk about it, how to deal with it. So
And can I ask how old are you?
I'm 54,
54, and Ron?
54.
54,
And
and
we are only 15
15
days
days
apart.
apart.
ooh. And how was it for you in New Jersey? Growing up in New Jersey, coming out, how?
Came out about 25, 26. Came out to my sisters first, and they were like, "Oh, we were waiting for you to tell us." They're like, "Oh, let us tell your parents." Told my father, and my father said, "I'll tell his mother." And she was in denial for many years.
Okay.
There were issues there initially. But once she saw friends and family were accepting, she became accepting of that. She tried. Well, maybe you'll find a nice girl. No, Mom, I'm gay still.
Still gay, still gay, Mom, still here.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
As far as, us here, it's like Mom is, certainly the family has met him. He came out to my nephew's wedding in Vegas and got an introduction to everybody, and really.
So as far as the interracial piece, have you had the same kind of support? No issues with family, either one of you?
Oh no.
Initially?
No, not at all. I mean, cause they just met. My family just met him. What was that? June for my grandfather's funeral. And
Some of your family.
Some of my family. He met the major players in my family. My oldest brother, which I was scared. I don't know, family show, but I was scared. But my brother is, you are who you are. We deal with it. It's not my thing, but I support you. And that's basically what he told us at the funeral. He was like, you don't have to be scared of me, so.
And would you say it's easier or harder here in Georgia, in the South, especially being an interracial couple? You're out and about. Do you have the same level of comfortability walking about, doing your thing?
Yes, you definitely experience people, flags flying, different things. Whether it's sexually, racism, whatever it may be in this area, it definitely can happen. Grateful we have not encountered individually or together had an experience per se ourselves.
We don't have issues going out. We just are who we are. We go to Sam's and we are holding a buggy together. You get the looks, but nobody has ever been disrespectful.
Oh, that's okay, yeah.
Nobody's ever been disrespectful. But look at how tall we are, how big we are. I don't think you really want that smoke. So.
Okay.
I think the thing is too, I clearly admit quickly my husband, your husband. So people understand I'm coming forthright. Years ago I would be like, I'm not going to speak on it unless I'm asked.
Right.
But now I gladly admit my husband, no questions.
And it's gotten easier for me to say my husband, just because it was a foreign concept to have a husband. Just 6 years ago. So now it's become more comfortable for me.
Regionally, well, you've been here 32 years,
Yeah.
So you've been here a while, and you've had a support system, friends. You're part of
Right.
the LGBTQ community here for quite some time.
Right.
Yeah. So okay.
But, I know to stay away from certain vehicles and different things like that. Because, I'm not looking for trouble. Definitely.
And you're not far from Marjorie Taylor Greene territory.
5 miles north
5 miles.
is Marjorie Taylor Greene country.
Did you say there was an incident recently?
Well, there was an incident with the young lady that went into I think it was a gas station in Hiram, and they told her, this is a white-only gas station. She was like, this is not 1963, this is 2023.
Wow.
And there was an altercation with her, and that happened right down the road. When we go visit a friend of ours, we have to travel that way. So it just kind of makes you iffy about where you go, but not scared. The police presence here is fit, as far as I can see, it's pretty much 50-50, black and white. And I get cautious about driving back and forth, especially at night. I mean, it's just, that's the nature of the South.
Right.
You
Sure.
know, and in this political climate that we're in right now, you never know which way somebody is coming from. So you always have to be aware. You always have to keep your eyes and ears open, and you do the right thing at the right time. And being from LA, and you gotta kind of watch where you are. So that's kind of the way I grew up, and my sexuality plays a point in that too. I watch where I am and what I do and who's around me and where do I feel most comfortable. So,
And what would you say about Speaker Johnson, our new Speaker Johnson, who would like to criminalize same gender-loving folks?
it won't happen. It won't happen. Because I think America has become more progressive than conservative.
Unfortunately, those in office have become more conservative and trying to push their agenda personally.
Their
than
personal
what the
agendas,
population
yeah.
wants, just like abortion.
Their
and different
personal
things.
and religious
You know what?
agendas.
The percentage was greater to allow such things, but yet they want to push their personal agenda. And that's what's happening. It's not what America wants, it's what certain individuals want.
Right, and I've never understood that whole "Make America Great Again" slogan, because it's always been great. We've had some moments.
It was greater than it had ever been until the "Make It
2016.
Great Again" thing came up.
Exactly.
It had been so great. Too
Exactly.
great maybe for them. Yeah.
That's progress.
Yeah, progress.
And then it feels like you all of a sudden have gone backwards. You woke up one morning, it was 1963 again.
Absolutely.
So I fear for us sometimes as to what's going to happen in the future. Should Trump get back in office, what's going to happen? Because you know, like I know, and you know, that the next thing he'll come for is our rights.
Is our rights. That's right.
Because it's another thing that he wanted to undo that President Obama did.
I'm afraid also. Yeah.
Very afraid. Very afraid. You know, and living with that kind of fear is worse than living with the kind of fear of what somebody can do physically. Physically, I can fight back. But when you're talking about laws and legislations and things like that that can affect your marriage and the sanctity of your marriage, then that's an issue.
Are you registered voters?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Good. Okay. I just asked that question because the current climate, we just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be.
That's mandatory.
Yeah.
That's the only
Absolutely.
way to make change.
Great.
Is to vote.
Of course.
And I kicked myself because I missed the local election here that just occurred Tuesday. Because by the time I got back on this side of town, the polls had already closed. But I've not. Yeah.
Don't work.
And he was in LA.
And your support, other than your family, you have good group of friends, support systems here.
Definitely. My best friend, who is the first person I came out to, we actually both moved here from LA, and we've been friends almost 35 years.
Oh, that's
now.
nice.
And she was the first person I felt comfortable enough to come out to, and that's her and her family have been like my major support.
Okay. Well, do you have any specific plans for the future? And who's the real cook up in here?
Both of us are.
Absolutely, both of us. We'll take turns. We usually, not both of us in the kitchen at the same time. Somebody gets bothered.
Well, and let me explain. I'm my grandmother's child. My grandmother was one of those women that not in the kitchen. We can talk later. Let me do what I gotta do here. And it's just, he likes to help. And I don't mind his help. I really don't. But, you know, it's therapeutic for me. And it's
Oh,
for
yeah.
a long time.
Cooking
And a
is
lot of times, like for
therapeutic.
Thanksgiving, I'll probably be cooking the majority of the night by myself. But it's just kind of getting in my headspace. That's all. So
I will admit, the first time we did actually meet in person was for his birthday weekend, and
he took over.
had a little gathering, and I took over and kicked him out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "You enjoy your birthday. I'm here to cater to your guests."
Okay, because one of you is in food service, aren't you?
Yeah, I work as a food safety consultant, so I do different programs, mostly manufacturing environments, making sure they're making your products correctly.
Okay. And EJ, what do you do when you're not in your kitchen?
When I'm not in my kitchen, I'm enrollment specialist and credentialist at Emory.
Okay. Very nice.
I basically get to enroll doctors in Medicare, Medicaid, and TRICARE, so they
Okay.
can take Medicare payments and things like that. So,
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for letting us into your home, into your life for a few minutes. I certainly do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
no problem.
Thank you. Anytime.